Thanks for watching News Echoes. I'm so glad you are watching, and we've got so many issues to discuss today. My name is Shegun Johnson, and I have in the studio with me from the seat of power in Abuja, Dr. Osita Anyemeka. Dr. Osita, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you, Doctor. God bless you, sir.
In faraway Milan, we have Mark Godwin. Mark, you're welcome to the program.
Morning, Dr. Shak.
Yeah, is everything okay with your audio?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now, loud and clear. Good. Thank you very much.
Morning,
well,
Dr.
One of the aftermaths of
Good morning, Master Milan.
One of the aftermaths of the election February 25 and the subsequent gubernatorial mainly has been, apart from the election rigging alleged by many people, the intertribal war, tribalism we call it in Nigeria, and so many things have gone, and I can just imagine the way God is looking at us from heaven and saying, look at this, my children, the way they are behaving. Somebody threw in a spanner to win gubernatorial in Lagos and some other places. And now, and it appears the spanner is working. All of a sudden, nobody remembers development of Nigeria. Nobody remembers no electricity, no water, no good roads, no jobs. What they are now remembering is Yoruba is better than Igbo, Igbo is better than Yoruba. Things that Northerners are watching them and they're laughing at them and saying, now we got them. And the politicians are also marrying one another, giving husband and wife to one another, and making money out of it, and their little subjects are fighting themselves, intertribal wars. And it's such a funny thing that if we don't quell it from this angle, it will be what will linger maybe for the next 4 years. Ashiwaju, who many people have described as not winning that election, and of course that America and Nigeria have agreed that it's a drug baron, at least at one point. Shiwaji will now capitalize on that and stay in power and sustain in power by tribalistic weapons. And that's what we want to first of all discuss. How did it get to us? We who are forward-looking, looking for development of Nigeria, looking for the increase of benefits and infrastructures, and all of a sudden, the only thing we could discuss is one man is better than the other. Who says, and how did we get here? Dr. Osita, you are a very formidable man, well-respected, and you've been a proprietor of an African university on diplomacy. We really need to hear from people like you. What do you say, Dr. Osita?
Yes, to be very upfront with this, Dr. Johnson, it breaks my heart. It really, it touches the very recess of my heart. I am not sure if this is Nigeria that I was born into and that I grew up in. You and I remember Nigeria. You and I remember Lagos. You and I remember everywhere else in the country. So let me start by saying that this kind of Nigeria will not last. We cannot take it because it is just here to serve a purpose and an evil purpose that will not last. And there is no way we can let it last. You and I, Dr. Johnson, I am from the South. You are from the Southwest. And I know that I visit you, I eat all the meals I want. We are still brothers. Nothing can stop that. So whatever politics has brought in 2023 will not last. For for several reasons. It is not economical. There is no way Nigeria can be a rich country playing tribalistic games. It cannot work. So whatever the culprit is playing, he has not won an election. Let him go home and lick his wound. It's simple. We all sympathize with him. If there's any way we can help him become an elder statesman, call him once in a while when we need his counsel, that is the best way to go home finally. That is the best way for him at his age now to go home finally. Because if he keeps doing this and it gets worse than what it is now, because it's really very bad now. People in Lagos, drivers in Lagos now, they talk to themselves through the window. Omo Igbo. Omoyebo, get out of
Wow.
the road. Yes, get out of the road. And I said to myself, this is not Lagos. The Lagos, I lived in Lagos for 15 years, and that was a fun place to live in, because even in bad traffic, you still laugh about it. Even inside the rain, when there's waterlogged everywhere, we still laugh about it. But these days, it's not happening anymore.
Okay,
People
I'll come back to you in a minute.
all right.
Mark in Milan, you are from Southeast and you speak fluent Yoruba, even better than I do. And my question is, how could these people who are routing for a better Nigeria a month ago, how could they just subdue themselves and subscribe to tribalism? It doesn't even make sense to me. They make me look like I'm from another planet. Mark, how did these youthful people get there?
It's very sad, Dr. Shegun. Let's say this first, that what we have in common, like Dr. Sita said, is more than what divides us. We've come a long way as Nigerians, the three major ethnic groups, Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba. I mean, a lot has gone in between us. So this just came out from this last election, and I think it was intentional. Some people did this to intentionally create division amongst us. But you see, Nigerians are one very interesting people. They bypass whatever difficulty they get into. Presently, I'm seeing some kind of engagement. Yorubas, Igbos, people are having beautiful conversation, engaging themselves in a very pleasant way, and they're trying to say, this is not what we are, but this is the good side, this is who we are. So yes, Lagos has a couple of southeasterners, Nigeria, and a lot of them were born there, like you said, like myself, my family, my mom. Imagine my parents were both born in Lagos, and grew up in Lagos. So you can't come and create any division with that. I mean, this is Nigeria. It's a one man. It's a beautiful one people country. Some people are capitalizing on it and they are running with it. The Agberos have taken it over, and take note that these Agberos are illiterate. They don't really understand things. So when they see a fair person, they assume it's an Igbo person. When they see somebody that is not speaking English, Yoruba, they assume it's an Igbo person. So they've mobbled up all the ethnicity in Nigeria, even the Benins, the Calabars, the Akwa Iboms, the Jos people. Everybody now is Igbo, because some people are playing that card and they don't even understand how the card runs. So we are not happy about this, but like I said, some people are building on this and making it look good. They are
I want to put
activities that are making
thank you very much, Massive Mark, in Milan. Dr. Sita, I want to put this squarely on the shoulder of Tinubu and his clique in Lagos, especially Sanwo-Olu and all of them who are incompetent to rule, and they have decided to bring in something sadistic, something that should not even be thought of, as these younger people tend to create a new Nigeria. And only 3 weeks ago, the new Nigeria was taking shape as people were voting who they believe without being paid a penny. And they were not voting in terms of ethnicity. All of a second, because Asiwaju failed in Lagos State, Yoruba man failed in Lagos State. The city boy failed in Lagos State. And all of a sudden, then anybody who is not from Lagos is an evil man. He should be shouted upon, and he has a cloud of supporters who never went to school, Agberos there, and they are now supporting something that will destroy them, will never make them see that future. We need to put this clearly on Asiwaju and Sanwo-Olu, that you do not run a country like this. And when you introduce things like Oro is an evil fetish thing that will always divide rather than unite. No woman must see Oro. So there's a misogyny there. Foreigners must not see Oro. So there is a misogyny there. And this is a thing that we need to come head on. Nobody is afraid of anyone in Lagos or Nigeria. Every Nigerian should know that one. And I don't believe I'm saying anything new. Every Nigerian is equal to one another. Nobody is afraid of anybody. President Buhari, so-called President-elect Tinubu, everyone should know that they only have one head, one life, and one Nigerian citizenship. For anybody to come and play the tribe card, we will speak to it, we will fight the person head on. So nobody should think because we are not participating in the stupid, and I'm using that word seriously, responsibly, in their stupid and idiotic tribalism. Because we are not participating does not mean we are supporting them. It's just like they want to distract the generality of the people from their incompetence, from their robbery, from their drug pushing. This is what they want to distract the people from, and they are not getting it. The masses are not getting it. The Agberos think, let life continue as it used to be. But it's not. Somebody has to tell them the truth. And I think the truth is now, because there's no way light can be overshadowed by darkness. Dr. Sita, how did the masses who were routing for Peter Obi 3 weeks ago, how could they fall suddenly to tribal sentiments, which has no business with their bread and butter anyway? Please unmute.
I have a little good news. I live in Abuja, and then we are all condemning everything that is happening in Lagos from here. We are condemning it because, like you said, this is the Nigeria that we have been very proud of. The problem with prejudices is that when it begins to erupt and we let it filter, the festering gets to a point where you can no longer control it. As a matter of fact, it has led to war in some countries. So what we are thinking now, like I always say to people, what we do at News Echo is to contribute to the development of our country, talking to an international audience. That is what we do. So what we're saying here, right here now, is that we condemn ethnicity. We condemn it for several reasons, and we condemn it, to the fact that it is one person who has become so disgruntled by the results that is saying that he has not won, that is causing this, because it looks like a script. Okay, try being stubborn, Emiloko. You get the primaries. Try being, try being deceitful. You rig. You get to become presidential elect, whatever you're called. But even in that status, you are still not sure who you are. The best thing to do is people don't want you, to lead. Just go home. You're asking us to please that you want to leave. We are saying no. Go home instead of creating this kind of war. Because what is happening now is that the average Southeasterner, no matter where you come from, even the people from Calabar, like Maximilian said, once they go, if they go, I pray one day there will be practice about leaving Lagos, so that people in Lagos will know how shallow that place is. It's only the relationship that makes Lagos what it is. Because once they leave, investors will leave. Foreign investors will leave. So if we are, if there is an Oro driving us away, if there are masquerades here, bare-bodied, white-clothed, traditional high priests walking all over Lagos, it no longer makes it, cosmopolitan. So the metropolis is dying. Once that happens, that whole city that was created for the love of Africa will go. Lagos is, I pray, the commercial capital of West Africa. I pray it continues to be. Otherwise, once it falls, Nigeria falls. Lagos holds Nigeria, and we're praying that people understand this. Thank you.
I am hearing something from Nigeria. I want this to be confirmed by Mark using all our media outlets. They said the Senate has rejected the presidential election. it's a breaking news as we speak. It's happening in the Senate right now. Please, somebody help me get. I just got it now. Senate has rejected the 2023 presidential results. This looks like the beginning of the revolution from the upper chamber. Osita, do you have something like that?
It's old. You know what I have is old. It was an argument raised by a member of the chamber about the what's it called, February 25th election. It's an old clip that I have. So if you have a new one, that must be very new, and I'm happy that Mark in Milan is looking into it. What I have, it's about 2 weeks old. We found out that it's just a couple of members of the Senate that are saying that the Senate should be ready to do the right thing, because if anybody supports rigging, it means that Nigeria is drawing the wrong card. That's the
clip. I'm very glad for that clarification. Somebody just sent it to me, knowing fully well that we are live, so we want to see.
Exactly. It's a good thing you raised it too. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think this election result is ended, in my own opinion. Number one, the PDP and the LP are in courts, and I don't think it has ended. But they are trying to quickly separate the unity of the people, because nobody has ever seen this kind of unity of Labour Party before. And so somebody somewhere felt that what can we do to break the unity? And if we can make them fight one another, the Igbos and the Yorubas, then LP is gone, then Peter Obi is gone. This is a game that they are playing. To what extent, Dr. Osita, do you think they will win in this game? Because they have released it, and somewhere we must quench this darkness.
Yeah, I think the most culprit in all of this is INEC and the chairman. That's the most culprit, because what they did was to march on our heads. It's like what Nasara women are saying. We voted, we spent time. You see, there's a statement there. Those naked women, they are saying, we left our families at home, we left our children. Some of us are new mothers. We went and spent 1.5 days on queue voting. We knew who we voted for, all of us. And now you're saying that our votes do not count? No, give us who we asked for. That is the issue. Why are you pushing APC down our throats? So what we're looking at now is a country that is we're going to fight it. We're fighting it already. Forget the fact that people who are making the most noise, people who are calling Badebo, for instance, Nyamiri, they call a Lagosian, typical island boy. They call him Igbo because his mother is Igbo. When did that start in Nigeria? As good in the East, as good as some Yorubas.
By the way, do you know the root word of Nyamiri? Okay, when Igbos,
Nyamiri.
Yeah, when Igbos first came a long time ago, they always ask the Yorubas to give them water. And it's like Yemiri. So it's like Yemiri is coming, or it's going to come in to ask for water. Isn't water the nicest thing to give a friend, a traveler? Isn't water the best thing? Massive.
And after they drank the water, they settled down there and helped them develop the place.
I wonder, and that is why we call Oyigbo. Listen, man of God, that's why we call Oyigbo. Because they settled there and the market started there, and so all these words we think they are bad words. When we go into the they are etymological words that form the anthropology of the unity of Yorubas and the Igbos. So when you hear Nyomiri, it is not a curse word. It's give me water to drink, and the only thing you can ask for a person is water to be alive. And then they stayed, and then Oyigbo, I mean, it's like that is an Igbo man. He's Igbo, and the Igbos call the Yorubas Ngbati, because the Yoruba man he cannot speak 3 sentences without putting Ngbati. Ngbati basically we mean when I got there. Nigbati mo debe. When I got money. Nigbati mo gba owo. Then I went home. Nigbati anymore. So the Igbos were this Ngbati man. Every sentence is with Ngbati. Now these are the basic things, and we need to laugh at ourselves. We talk to ourselves, and all these rubbish by political stalwarts. We counter them every level. They will not get away with it. And I'm speaking to people like Sanwo-Olu and his cohorts. I'm speaking to people like Tinubu and his cohorts, people like APC and his cohorts. They will not get away with it. Another thing is that the Northerners are not involved in it. Are you seeing it? They're not involved in these Yoruba
They
tribal
don't care.
sentiments.
They
They're
don't
not
care.
involved. And so they're watching at us. They're watching us saying, look at these nicompoos, and they say they are better than us. I mean, they say they are more educated, but look at them. Where is the education of anyone in all of this? Massive Mark, you wanted to say something?
Yes, it is not education. It is not. It has nothing to do with enlightenment. I think it's a sickness. It's a disease, racial disease, racial hate, tribal hate, ethnic hate. It's just a sickness that that can come on anybody, regardless of your academical status. The thing now, like you're saying, I'm laughing here because what you're saying sounds real nice. You're taking me back again. We grew up loving ourselves with all those little things that makes us who we are. You know, the Yorubas we have those traits. Igbos have that, but we laugh with this. In fact, comedians in Nigeria, stand-up comedians, use this as comedy, and it's so hilarious. People laugh. You know, we enjoy those jokes because it reminds us of a lot of things. So, but turning it out to become something aggressive, fighting over it now, and telling that person to his face that you're not this, you're not wanted, you're not welcome. That is the sad part of it. I grew up in Lagos, and when I hear what is going on now, I feel so vulnerable. I feel like, oh dear, so I'm not even a Lagos boy like I thought I was, you know, because now it's coming to my face that you're not one of us, and it makes you feel a little bit rejected, and you want to say, is this not the same one Nigeria we've always wanted? I mean, we looked for one Nigeria. Everybody says Nigeria, we're one. We raise our flag, Nigeria, Nigeria, and now some people are saying, no, 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 you're not my brother. I don't know you, and it's really sad. So,
I
but
think we should condemn it with all the efforts in
yes,
us and
yes,
bring
sir,
it down. We should
yes, sir.
not allow it to fetter at all. We should condemn it. You see, it's a class war. The
It's a
problem
class.
in Nigeria is a class war, not a tribal war. The haves and the have-nots. The
Oh,
have-nots are
yes.
more in number, and those who are having, they are scared of their position, so they look for things to divide them, things of tribe, things of religion,
And,
things that have no.
yes, and Dr. Shago, I want to also say that from the east southeastern part too, this shouldn't escalate. We don't need any elder statesman, whoever, to escalate this out of proportion. You know, they shouldn't be saying things also and call some other people rascals and all that. But we understand where some of them are coming from. But we really need to stop this, however we can. We don't want any of this because, Dr. Shegun, you know this. In every home now in Nigeria, there is an intermarriage going on with one tribe or the other. Is that not
Yes.
correct, Shegun? Yes. In fact, the same Tinubu and Sanwo-Olu that is talking, Tinubu's wife is from the South. Remy. Tinubu's son is married to a Southeastern lady. And like that. And you have even more of such intermarriages. So we don't want to put these families in jeopardy. I mean, people, you come home, instead of being relaxed with the other wife from the other town region, you feel somehow because there's something going on in the street.
Massive, massive Mark. Thank you for your mass sermon. I never knew you could be a good pastor, but with this sermon, if the political class thought they have managed to get the oppressed class to start thinking things that are mundane and not useful to the development, they've got another thing coming. We will bring the minds of the masses back to their suffering, to their oppression, to their repression by the political class. The political class in Nigeria will not get away with it. I can assure you. I will go into my personal recordings and ensure that these things are they are brought to the forelight. The masses are suffering, and they should not cover it up with tribal sentiments. It will not be allowed, whether on the side of Igbo or Yoruba or any other one. What we are interested in is a developed Nigeria. Other countries are going about getting developed and even better. So somebody now fighting and making the people to. When people are too poor, they start fighting sentimental wars rather than serious wars. Well, let's just move on. Is it true that Yocha Ayu has been deposed and that we have a new PDP chairman? How did they arrive? How many people can remove a national party chairman, and how many people can just say I appoint an active one? Please help me out, Max.
Yes, Yocha Ayu, that's very correct. Yocha Ayu, the PDP chairman, has been replaced by the man on your right hand, Damango. Damangom is now the PDP national chairman. He replaces Yocha Ayu. Yocha Ayu was suspended, first of all, by his ward in Benue. Then now the court has also given him the final blow and taking him out and replaced him with the man, Damangom. So this is what is happening. I think the statement is he went against some party rules. He was doing some anti-party activities behind closed doors, and we know that there has been that problem coming along with Wike from the south Rivers. Wike has always objected to his appointment, that somebody from South should be that chairman and not him. Anyway, it has come to the
That's the position.
Yes.
Dr. Sita, is this not medicine after death? I mean, this medicine should have been given before death. Now, PDP is applying this medicine after they have lost the presidential election and everything has gone pear-shaped into PDP. Their shape is no longer the PDP that won election and doesn't appear that they can win election in the years to come. What has gone wrong in PDP, Dr. Sita?
Yeah, Atiku played a role in that. What Nisin Wike wanted was for him to be removed just as the campaign started, and then for him to be disgraced. But the truth about it was that if he was disgraced and there was this kind of rumble in the party, Atiku will have no basis for his campaign.
Okay.
So yes, it looks like medicine after death. No, but they want to make sure that the dead stays dead. Now that is, yeah, that's why this medicine is coming at this time, because the issue actually was, it was a combination of so many things, disrespect, high-handedness, bribery, because that was part of Wike's accusation, and then other party members, even people who were not supporting Wike, said the same thing, that there were so many closed-door meetings with Tambuwal and the rest of them. You remember one was calling the other one the hero of the primaries. These were languages that came out in the open, eventually showing that the national chairman was first anti-party and then not doing what he was supposed to do, like bringing them together as a leader. So what eventually happened now was that his own ward, as a matter of fact, he had been disenfranchised from his ward, for a very long time. And this is somebody who had been known for this, a university don, that had, mini fights here and there growing up. But now that he is supposed to be a lot older, doing things, to save the nation, instead, selfish interest lured him into anti-party activities, into the destruction of the party that he belongs to and the party that he leads. So now that Atiku says, small fingers are out of it, and they have not done well in the past election, people are thinking that they should start rebuilding PDP now. And rebuilding PDP, yes, like you said, it's going to take a long time, long haul.
Thank you very much for that open analysis. And on that note, we'll go on a short break. When we return, we want to talk about Nigeria, the proper Nigeria that used to play football, and the whole world loves our football. But what has happened to Nigeria in the footballing scenario? Don't go away. We are calling INEC to help us with the Nigerian football team. We'll be right back.
Arise, oh, compatriots, Nigeria's call, obey, to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity.
Hi there, I'm Mary Keurig, and I am a businesswoman in the United States, but I'm also the Global Content Vice President for the Sub-Saharan Open University in Nigeria. I could not be prouder to work with Dr. Osita Anamika and his team on helping to create not just entrepreneurs and skill-based talent that will get out into the workforce and make a living for themselves, but also young leaders. And to that end, with this integrity-rich university environment that's accredited now, and it's just an amazing opportunity for anyone there of any age to jump on board and learn, we want to let you know about a new offering that we have. We have a global governance and diplomacy course now provided by a whole team of people that crosses several countries to put together these resources and lots of great information for those of you who might be on the path toward public service and diplomatic service, NGO leadership, that sort of thing. We hope that you will walk through this open door and enjoy.
A year ago, I wrote a book.
Thank you for watching News Echoes, and we just have to move on. We want to talk about the Nigerian football. One country, nobody knows the spelling of it, even where it is located. People look for it, so tiny. Called Guinea-Bissau, walloped Nigeria, understand, 2-0. And all over the internet, they said, where is INEC when you need them most? This was the time INEC has to write the results. It should be, they said that result should have been 10-2. If you don't like it, go to court. Let's start. Dr. Sita. Okay. Remove Mahmoud Jakub. Let's remove INEC from this one. Dr. Sita, what happened to the Nigerian footballing system? We were not represented at the last World Cup. We are not going to be represented in Olympics. Please tell us. You are in Abuja. What happened?
It is not skills. Our boys have soccer skills. It's not skills. The only problem we have is sports management. Let me tell you a story. On my birthday, August 1998, I was in class at North Dakota State University. I was a Ford Foundation Fellow then. And then somebody just called me and said, Sida, do you know that if we bring 1998, 11 Nigerians playing for international clubs, that they win World Cup? It hit me. 1998. A young boy in my class, he was from Venezuela. He said, if we bring 11 Nigerians playing for international club sites, they will win a World Cup. I said to myself, he said, look at all of them playing for different clubs. They are doing so well. How come you guys can't put them together as a Nigerian team to play? So I said to him, I don't know. But now I know. In 2023, after all the facts have been put on the table, we suck in sports management. And you know why? It's corruption.
Wow.
Corruption. We want to put our girlfriend's brother in the team. Meanwhile, he cannot go beyond one goalpost to the other. We want to put our sister's son in the team. And then we want to put somebody who will manage it, steal some money, bring it back to me, and let the boys suffer. It's wrong. It's wrong. So somebody who went for a tournament and won, won for Canada, he's a Yoruba boy. He's saying, if you bring Nigerians again, I will whoop their ass because I'm angry. Exactly. He is angry. You know why? He came home twice, seeking placement in national team for the Olympics. They turned him down twice. He came with his own money. He's my friend now. I don't want to call his name. So he said to me, Osita, you know what? Let's forget about this. When people are tearing their passports, it's the extreme, but that is what pushes that behavior. Our country doesn't care. So listen to this. It might make you laugh. The third 11 of the Gambia, we win our first 11. Yes. You know why? The Gambia is just a small place, yes, but their president sits in a lounge with the players, and they speak their language. They talk together. They pass through. Yes, they pass tray of sweets and candy, and he picks from the same tray.
Wow.
Do you think any of our leader has sat with us? Not even the minister for sports, not even the minister for youth development has sat together with our group anywhere in Nigeria. No. Why? Because we have gods and we have servants. Even the people who are
yeah, I think the picture is getting clearer. Massive mark. Anthony Joshua approached Nigeria to represent Nigeria for Olympics. They turned him down. Anthony Joshua is a household name all over the world. He has won so many championships,
yes.
and we missed it. And how about Nigerian footballers who were not picked and doing very well in European football clubs? Not to talk about the football sports minister that forgot our winning girls in Cameroon and saying we didn't expect them to get to finals, and he abandoned them, and those girls still brought the cup. What maladministration? How long shall we shout it from top of heavens that sports administration in Nigeria is zero, -0? Tell us more, Mark.
-0, Dr. Shegun. It's a sad one. Last week, we all cried. The coach Salisu Yusuf, we thought he has come to change some things in the team, but sadly, right there in the Moshood Abiola Stadium in Abuja, the Guinea walloped our guys 2-0. Very, very sad, and this has taken us out automatically from the 2024 Olympics that will be held in Paris. So it's a shame. It's a shame.
What's the name of this country? What's the name of this country that walloped us? Are they on the surface of the map?
Dr. Shegun, you listen. What you're doing now is they will hit you for this, because that wherever they are, whoever they are, have just trashed out your elephants and your lions.
These people must be dolphins. These people must be dolphins or something somewhere. I mean,
can you imagine? Even if they are ants, They just killed the elephant and the eagle and the lion and everything together. Can you imagine?
This Guinea-Bissau team, do they have a name? Do they have a name
Yes.
like the lions of Cameroon, the elephants of this, flying elephants of Nigeria? Do they have any name?
Yes, I think so. I've forgotten now. But the sad thing is, we're not coming to World Olympics 2024. And that was the same thing last year World Cup. I mean, why is this happening to us? So some people are saying maybe there's a jinx. I mean, you know what a jinx is. Maybe the jinx in Nigeria.
If you attend the Dr. Osita's university and you didn't read your books and you say it is jinx, they will give you 0. There's no way you're taking that certificate to. Now you failed. You say it's jinx.
It's repeatedly, it's happening. I mean, why do you say this? And imagine that country. Now you don't even know the country because it's too little compared to what we have, the feats we have pulled out.
I mean, those people, they ran home with the greatest trophy of their lives.
In fact, they've won the World Cup this way. They don't even do anything at the World Cup.
At home.
This is okay for them.
They beat Nigeria at their home.
They are the happiest team in that whole World Cup arrangement now. Even if they don't win,
it's a David versus Goliath thing. And Dr. Sita, of course, you know this. The other Olympics, I'm not sure it's this last one or the penultimate one. We were told that Nigerian athletes were given only one kit to wear, and they had to wash it immediately after one tournament because the further tournaments are in 2 days' time. You have to wash it, iron it, just one kit. And when others were even throwing and dashing their own away, only one, and you have to quickly wash it in the glare of everybody in another man's country.
In fact, our javelin discus thrower he went viral washing his own while singing and washing his just one jersey.
And nobody lost his job for that.
No. The fact with that too was that somebody was saying, well, it's a good thing that they were in another country, because if they were in Nigeria, after washing it, they would have worn it wet back to the field because there will be no iron to iron. There will be no light. No, we're laughing about it. We are laughing about it. And the guy was serious. He said, but why are you laughing? There is no light. So they give you one jersey, one pair of shorts. After washing, don't wear it wet and go back to the field because you cannot iron dry. As a matter of fact, yes. It is not just that. Next door, Cameroon.
Yeah.
With one or two events to participate in, they all came with half a dozen sets each. And now this is who we are, 260 million people. We could not do something right. Do you know that some of them went with used boots?
Wow,
spiked shoes, yes, for athletics, used ones.
No,
it makes you cry. It makes you cry.
The whole of sports administration in Nigeria should be thoroughly overhauled. They are just not fit for purpose because nobody speaks truth to power in Nigeria. They get away with it. Yes. Somebody should be telling them this is who you are, not who you think you are. Who you are is you are not fit for purpose.
And Dr. Shai, do you know an allocation is given to the Ministry of Sport, a very big one for that matter. And for these kids and and all these things, a big chunk of that allocation goes for that. And somebody will just play with it and go take the money, and nobody's head is.
No, but you're talking about that. What about sports medicine? We don't have. We brought it from other countries. Somebody had a muscle pool. On the tracks. They took from, I can't remember the country. One of these. You cannot believe it, but it's true. They borrowed.
So we did not go with our own physiotherapists who will massage.
The physiotherapist was there as a person, but didn't have the stuff in his kitty.
Oh,
he was there. He was there to enjoy it because he was going to collect his ESTA code. They are the people who are spoiling the place. Why not tell them, I don't have something in my kit? If you say it, they'll drop you. They'll take someone else who's ready to keep quiet. But because they're
I'm
willing to
telling you, I'm
travel.
laughing, but I'm laughing like
Listen,
JJ Okocha, who says, well,
it makes,
anytime I laughed something is paining me in the inside.
it makes me cry. It makes me cry.
It's
Sports
annoying.
medicine, nothing. There is something
Well,
wrong with us.
it boils down to our administration, how we select people into places when the election is rigged and the wrong people are in position, and they also select wrong people, and wrong people continue to select wrong people who will support fraudulence. So everything cascade from the way we do things from the top. And I'm hearing Mark, that in faraway Imo, that Emeka Ihedioha, one-time deputy speaker, the man always wearing his green cap, and who won election the other time under PDP, is no longer contesting under PDP. I don't know what has gone wrong within the PDP of Imo State, or am I suspecting that he's planning to join a loopy ideology?
Anything can happen. Anything can happen, Dr. Shagun. Yes, the former governor of Imo State, his tenure was just for, I think, 6 months or so.
Not up to.
Yes, not up to. Emeka Ihedioha yesterday said he's withdrawing from the 2023 governorship race under PDP. He said, in his word, he said he's trying to pave way for a consensus governorship candidate for that PDP, for that state to emerge. But we are looking deeper, like you said, Dr. Shagun. We don't know if he's probably thinking of something else because we know PDP is losing it. PDP doesn't have much stay in power, Nigeria power line again. And everybody wants to go where the power is. But we don't also want people to be bouncing around. Thank God that the LP party, like we used to say here, Dr. Shagun, the LP party is bringing in ideology now into Nigerian political space. And that's very impressive. We don't want these old hands coming, jumping up and down and coming and polluting everywhere. We want to do things the way it's done. Dr. Shagun, you do the program Democracy Talk, and you say so many great things there. So democracy involves aligning to ideologies. I mean, you know that. So Emeka says he's not going on PDP, but we hope he stays out of it and not bounce to another place, because there's a new sense of doing things now, and the old hands will not help coming to touch on these new arrangements. You know, we don't win. They don't need them. They need them to be back, step back a little.
Dr. Osi, what alignments do you think are going on in Imo State? We just see the result of Ihedioha's decision, but do you think there are some alliances going on?
Dr. Osi, you need to unmute.
Yes, most of us right here, we're saying that it's the first step to so many things, because Imo State is under siege. Yes, the 4 years of Hope Uzodimma has been so rotten, so many deaths. I'm sorry, that's your state, Mark in Milan. Yes, the issue is that the man tortured the place. What's it called? Chiefs and kings no longer have power. They don't have any say. If you're not a bad person, you don't have a position. If you're not criminally intended, you cannot come to the government house. I mean, and so on and so forth. So what is happening now, for those of them who want the right Imo to emerge again, they are holding meetings. This is from private information, yes, and they are talking to themselves about what they can do. So if what Emeka Ihedioha is doing is part of it, I don't know, but I think it could be. But the issue is that many Imolites are home. Many of them are home. You know what the man is doing now? Hope Uzodimma is training young people. It is not training. He trains them in batches of 10,000. He is using them for the next election. He calls them a skill up Imo. He bunches them together, gives them no content. They all graduate and they give them certificates. Beneath that, underneath that sanctimonious is a boiling dirt of trying to harvest young people for next election. It's wrong.
Wow, it breaks my heart when I
Exactly.
remember the
The
Imo
first thing I
state
said
of
was,
Sam
this is how
Mbakwe.
to
You remember the
yes.
whipping governor Sam Mbakwe,
Yes,
and
Sam.
of course, and he was ruling a bigger Imo state, and this small strip Imo
the
state
Imo that contained Abia then. Yes, absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
it's so sad. People like Sam Mbakwe will be whipping in heavenly places
he'll be
now
running
because
all over the place. Everything he
he
kept in Imo
brought Imo to light in Nigeria, development.
Yes.
But well, we just have to move on to what may be our last discussion for today, and it's still about the economy of Nigeria. Diasporans are now saying that it's difficult to send money home, and Nigerian economy has depended at least not less than 22 million pounds on the Nigerian diasporan remittances. But then it's difficult and painful for you to send money to your loved ones or to a project in Nigeria, but they could not withdraw it. Let's make it very plain. You send 100,000 naira to a friend or to a wife or to a child, and the person could not withdraw it, or even where will he withdraw? Bit by bit, he's paying something like 20,000 naira to withdraw that 100,000 naira. That 20,000 naira could have been used for something else. Maybe he's going to pay school fees, maybe he's going to pay for his burden somewhere. Yet that 100,000 has been reduced. So the man sending the money say, why should I be spending money recklessly when the full amount will not be paid after he has paid the commission on it? And this is wrecking. If nobody says it to the government, somebody should, or I think we should. Dr. Sita, tell us more.
Okay, let me tell you what has been happening. You all know that I have this hand outside that is called family. My children, once in a while, I'll give you an example. My last birthday was in August 19 last year. And my children, they all call themselves to surprise me. The surprise didn't come because we started talking about the money until September, October, I didn't get it. So the surprise died. Just died on its own. And they were so sorry about it. They were screaming. They were saying, what kind of country is this? Daddy, this is not
Was the surprise up to 1 million naira they wanted to give you?
No, little money for me to just go get good dinner somewhere in Transcorp Hilton because they named it. They said go eat well, Dad. But to answer your question,
yes,
I have experience both ways, because one of them has sent me $100, Western Union. I have 3 banks. So you cannot deal with one bank in Nigeria. I walked into the first bank. They said, oh, no. They cannot. I said, why? And that was, let me not call them so that I don't spoil them. So I went to the other one. The other one said that, hey, no, this thing is more than 1 week. They send it now. It has been sent back. I said, Western Union. Okay, so I now went to the third one. The third one had my friend as a branch manager, and I said, I'm trying to avoid this. So I went and sat in his office. I say, see this is Western Union. Give me $100. He called the lady and he bought $100 for me. I put it in my pocket. So I had to use a branch manager, classmate. Can you imagine that? To draw my Western Union, but that is not even the story. The story I'm going to tell you now is that I have 4 subscriptions, annual subscriptions in 1 year. They canceled 3 of them. One of them is Google. I have an expanded Google size that I pay $2 a month for. I have not been able to pay it now in 4 months. You know why? Because Nigeria is not letting us spend money anywhere else. Some banks will say that you cannot do more than $20 a day. Some said that you cannot do at all. So 2 of my banks cannot do at all. And my subscription is hanging on me, and Google is threatening to close my box. I go to the bank every day. So yes, what you're saying is right. Diasporans have the right to be crying because we are dead here. Dead in the sense that we don't have access to finance. Even our own money we cannot get. Money sent to us by people we cannot spend, and then we cannot even do anything.
Good morning.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
really crazy.
We have Bidi from Lagos. I guess Bidi has not changed her time. The program is about to finish. Yes, you have not changed your time apparently. We are, the world has changed the time, and but because we always like your input, so I believe that our coordinator got in touch with everybody. Maybe didn't get you. You are busy changing money in the bank.
Sorry, am I late?
You are 1 hour late.
Are you for real? The
Yes,
time has
because
been changed.
the time has changed in Europe. We have moved 1 hour backward, and so we move 1 hour backward to move forward, whatever that means.
Ah,
Anyway,
I'm not aware. Mazimbak, you didn't tell me.
Okay, it's okay. We're live on screen. Yeah, so Dr. Shagun, what we are saying is on top of all this anyway,
yeah,
yesterday CBN brought the E-NAIRA. The
okay.
E-NAIRA is hopefully might change this whole confusion that is going on, because
No, how many
it's,
Nigerians can be
yes,
involved in E-NAIRA? I mean, let's face it. Somebody is
yeah,
selling pepper and tomato, and you are talking of E-NAIRA. Even the physical Naira he has not seen. The old Naira he has not seen. The new Naira, you are not talking of E-NAIRA. Where is the phone to do E-NAIRA?
where's the foot?
Let's allow BD to say something. BD,
Yes, yes.
Nigerians in diaspora are finding it difficult to send money home because they send 100,000 naira and the person could only collect 80,000. How have you been coping with such?
It's not been easy, honestly. Coping in this cash crunch is one of the worst things Nigerians have experienced in these last few months. And talking about e-naira, this naira redesign was like a test running of what Nigeria actually want to do. So it's obvious we are not yet ripe for such kind of system, because first we don't have the infrastructure. Because before you can talk anything about e-naira or even going your infrastructure should be good and strong. Nigeria, we don't have the infrastructure, because now why it was problem within these last few months is because people don't have cash. Then making transfer was a very difficult one. You make a transfer, it takes days before people can see it. If it was easy for people to make transfer and it goes with ease, it wouldn't have been as bad as it was. So Nigeria talking about e-naira now, I don't think we are right for it. I don't think we are ready, because if we want to
Wow.
do that, we should first get our infrastructure good,
You
working.
know the challenge. You know the challenge from the diaspora point of view is that they don't want to send as much as they are sending anymore, because the people are not getting the value of what they are sending. Of what use will a diaspora send 100,000 naira and the recipient will just take 80,000 naira? It's not going to fulfill the job, will it?
It's true, because you're practically making money for some lazy people who are lazy somewhere, just sitting in the name of POS. Because those
Yeah.
are the people, and not just the POS, the bank manager, the greedy bank manager. Because you know that this about 75% of these POS are owned by bank staffs and bank managers. So you're practically making money for them. So you won't blame them. You won't blame
Well,
them if you say
I
they won't be
think you
sending.
have hit it. I mean, you came in for a few minutes, but you have hit it on the nail on the head. So, Dr. Sita, as we close, what will you be telling the Nigerian president right now that he should do something about this money issue before he leaves? Otherwise, it will be a legacy that he will leave, a negative legacy. Dr. Sita, you have 20 seconds. If you unmute yourself.
Yeah, without e-naira, without the wallet, I bought 1,000 naira for 600. I get 1,000 naira. You know, they took 400 naira as charge for selling 1,000 naira to me. So already there is crisis, and I paid for it because I was going to give some kids, some money. I couldn't do transfer for children. But the issue is this: if they want to do e-wallet, let them expand our network. That's all.
That's right. Massive Mark, is that the legacy that Buhari will leave? The man who shortchanged the Naira.
He's leaving so many terrible legacies, Dr. Shagun.
Well, that's how we will leave it today. BD from Lagos, time has changed, and so Nigeria must change. Infrastructures, Dr. Sita from Abuja, we want to thank you. Massive Mark in Milan, we want to thank you. Until Friday, when we bring you the latest across the globe. My name is Shegun Johnson. God bless you all.
God bless you, sir.